if there was a time where they took Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, like any classic cartoons, where will people be at the time? Because think about it. The first time I saw the Powerpuff Girls, it was around the time, I was still a little kid, and it used to air on Boomerang a lot, and that's where I would mainly watch it. It was like one of the best from Boomerang, and one of the classics from like Cartoon Network. Although people have their mixed opinions saying like, oh, that's a girl show, you shouldn't be watching it. I didn't have a problem with it because it's one of the best.
In fact, same thing for me. It would have to be the first girl show that I ever saw too, and who cares about who saw it and stuff. I mean, like, it don't matter. And like you, I guess I did saw it on Boomerang as well, because this happened like one night. It was a night full of greatness for me. Like, I had this freaking Cartoon Network coloring book that featured like Johnny Bravo, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Dexter's Laboratory. I thought that was like one of the best feelings that I've ever had, and this was during when I was watching one episode. I can't remember. All I remember is Mojo just talking about himself. So the couple of episodes that I guess I started out with was the Bare Facts, where Mojo takes the mayor hostage, and the girls try to tell their story about like what happened and what was so funny, which in turn he had no clothes.
Their own stories for that matter. It kind of reminds me of this one episode of Arthur.
Or Ed and Eddie. Remember that one when they got trapped in Johnny's wall?
Right, Let's see. Classic episodes, Especially getting introduced to like certain villains or whatnot, like, the first introduction of Fuzzy Lumpkins.
Oh yeah, that took me a while, but my first one with him, I guess that was when, he, along with Mojo Jojo, him and Princess Morbucks were like, became the Beat-Alls.
Yeah, I do remember that episode as well. And I remember Mojo made a girlfriend.
Oh wait, he did?
Yeah, he did. Like, it was just like, but it was a trick the whole time because the monkey girlfriend was actually somebody else's, and they, tricked all of them.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, and speaking of Fuzzy Lumpkins, Mojo and him, they actually team up again in another episode.
Oh yes, Telephonies.
With the Green Gang, did like prank calls and everything.
Yes, and they got their comeuppance.
Yeah. Especially when it was, Snake's turn to, like, make a prank call. He was acting like the guy who was like, hey, do you have frog legs? And he was like, well, of course. Do you hop yourself to work? I mean, Big Billy, his prank call was like, because the lady was like, who is this? He was like, Billy. Billy who? Big Billy. Is this a prank call? And then Ace got really pissed.
Well, what you expect from a doofus?
Of course, when it was little Arturo's like turn, he made one of the best ones. Like for the professor, literally he stand there for like the whole episode.
The old wait until you get your money's trick. Yeah.
Kind of reminds us of like Captain Underpants.
Yes.
Yeah. The girls were very concerned about what happened to the professor and all that. They didn't even question about it until it was nighttime where he was still there. Sheesh.
And speaking of nighttime, of like they suspect like some villains are up to something, and they just beat Mojo in his sleep just for that.
Yeah. Speaking of like Mojo and everything, I remember this one episode. Yeah, it was a Father's Day episode where they were trying to give like the professor a good gift, but each of them have to get like their own gift. And Blossom wanted to be, how Blossom is, like, big leader and all that, but she could take it a little bit too far, especially, stealing a golf, kit, for the professor. Like, and she tried to pin it at Mojo.
Whoa, okay, that's a little bit too far.
But then again, Bubbles and Buttercup tackle her down, and then she confessed everything. And yeah, she had to do community service because of that. I mean, yeah, I could see her kind of point of view, like, loving her father so much that you could literally do anything, but taking it that hard, oof.
Yes.
The reason how they knew it was stolen because the mayor was playing golf, and he knows the kids because it was the one of a kind.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Another episode. Oh yeah. One of the saddest episodes was like with their big sister.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I have heard about it and stuff, and it's just, well, it's just like, just wow.
Yeah, Bunny. Ooh. And yeah, Bunny was voiced by Christine Cavanaugh. Like, you know, she was known for playing Dexter and Chucky, you know, all them classic characters.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, the sacrifice Bunny made at the end of the episode was really sad.
It was.
Yeah. Let's see, other episodes that I remember. Because, yeah, I do watch Powerpuff Girls. Like, this is the original. Yes, I've seen some of the episodes from, like, 2016, like, the reboot and all that. But with the 2016, like, reboot, it doesn't have, like, that feeling anymore like it used to have.
No, it really doesn't.
Because, yeah, I do get it that they had to change the cast, especially, like, you know, the three main girls and everything, which, you know, they could do what they want because at the time, it was not Craig who was, like, taking care of the show. At the time, it was somebody else, which, you know, at least they brought some, like, classic actors for, like, the reboots.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, the first time they met Robin.
Yeah, that took me a while, too.
Yeah. They made a new friend because, you know, new neighbors, like, and all that. They met Robin, but every time they just want to hang out with her, they couldn't because, you know, just, you know, try to stop crime and all that. Yeah, and eventually we get introduced to, like, Prince Morbucks that, you know, just to, you know, try to brainwash her, you know, saying, like, bad things about the girls and everything. And she even, like, told, like, Robin to go steal candy from a candy store and all that. And the girls were very shocked. And then Robin was confessing how, like, you know, she just feels left out and everything ever since, you know, crime and everything.
Well, you know, it is awkward. It's kind of like, you know, one of those things about, like, hanging out with a much more better friend. Or, yeah, it's kind of like from Luca, where Luca starts hanging out more with Julia instead of Alberto, and he gets jealous. One of those type of things that just make you feel uncomfortable, but hey, it's their job because they're superheroes.
Yeah. Let's see, another episode I remember. Oh yeah, the time Sedusa pretended to be Miss Bellum.
Wait, yeah, go ahead.
No, go on.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so the episode started with this, you know, Miss Bellum's acting weird, and, you know, like, she's acting so weird that, you know, she starts seducing the mayor by giving, like, him some kisses and all that, you know, excusing herself from, like, you know, the whole, like, you know, working thing and then doing her own things. Then, you know, we're getting suspicious about, like, what's happening with her and all that. Then we find out, like, you know, Sedusa actually kidnapped Miss Bellum and, you know, try to frame her to see that she's Sedusa. But I don't know her. I didn't even know this about Miss Bellum, but she could fight. Like, shit, she kicks Sedusa's ass.
Well, great to know that she has brains, beauty, and being able to, like, kick people's butts. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what the mayor would do without her.
Well, probably just, like, always forget that he needs pickles, apparently.
He just loves them damn pickles. In your opinion?
Oh, with me, I mean, like, I only, like, saw the episode kind of, like, once, and I was, like, I kind of, like, forgot about that part where, like, Miss Bellum just kicked some arms.
Oh, okay. And of course, yeah, one of the few episodes that I watched was, like, yeah, the introduction of the Roddy Rough Boys.
Let's see, my first Roddy Rough Boys episode was, yeah, the boys are back at, no, wait, it was Bubble Boy. Yeah, Bubble Boy.
Oh, for me, yeah, it was their introduction, like, yeah, the Roddy Rough Boys and all that. Yeah, I was really amazed because, you know, we're having the opposite of the girls, but, like, evil-wise, and they're the boys and everything. I was like, whoa. And to find out that it was Roger L. Jackson and Rob Paulson voicing them.
Yes. Yeah. But to be honest, I didn't really like, I didn't like Boomer and Butch's, former looks. They look kind of dorky.
Yeah, the hairstyles. I noticed that when I was a kid. Like, why did they change hairstyles? Like, and all that. Finding out like him like changed like everything about the boys.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, when he created the boys, it was the opposite.
Oh yeah, yes.
Like,
they were made of
everything nice.
They were made of snips, snails, and puppy dog tails.
Yeah. The puppy tail from the talking dog. Yeah, I do remember that. And of course, the toilet. I don't know how, but it was like Chemical X for some reason, and that's what we brought to the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Yes.
Rowdy Rough Boys. Like, who is your personal favorite?
It's no doubt it has to be Brick.
Same, because with Brick, I could question about his leadership, but overall he could be like funny sometimes, but it could be really mean because the personality, especially towards like Boomer.
Well, yeah, and it's mainly due to Rob Paulson really hamming it up.
Yeah. I mean, Boomer's not that bad, yeah, he's also a good character, similar to Bubbles and all that, just trying to, try to do his best and everything. But Butch, yeah, he's just random at times, especially the boys are back in town. Like, he just goes, crazy some of the times.
Oh, yeah, but you could clearly see him just, shaking with, fury and aggression and be like, ugh, who can I freak out next? Who can I destroy and stuff?
Mm-hmm. And of course, the episode you just mentioned about the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Oh yeah, the Bubble Boy. That's where Bubbles goes undercover as Boomer, and just tries to find out what's their next motive and stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, about that episode. Remember when they were spray painting and they were questioning about dumb? It was like dumba. Are you serious? Dumba?
Yeah, what a dumb bee.
Oh yeah, of course. Remember let's see, who was it? Oh yeah, with Bubba had to do the whole snot thing and everything.
Yeah, it was kind of disturbing and stuff, but it was kind of impressive that I think it was Butch or Boomer. Brick that shot down a plane while doing that.
Yeah. But the first something one of the snot, she just drew all over herself. I was like, oh no. Oh yeah, I remember they were playing the punching game and she actually got hurt.
But then she kind of pulled through it. But the one thing that I do, the one scene that I always do remember when I see that is them daring Bubbles to eat a cockroach.
Oh yeah, she actually did. And she was like, it tasted like chicken.
Yes.
Yeah. One of my other favorite scenes, because I was a kid at the time, I was laughing. It was like, Boomer, why are you naked? Clearly he's wearing his underwear.
Well, people, that's what people say. People usually say that technically being in your underwear is kind of naked. Well, it's almost semi-naked, kind of. Even Stewie said that in one episode of Family Guy. He said, you're lying down half naked wearing black socks.
Oh, yeah. But overall, an episode, it was one of, the good ones from the Rowdy Rough Boys. Oh, yeah, of course, another Father's Day related episode was, with him and Mojo Jojo. Yes,
custody battle and stuff, where they competing about, who is the better or real father, since Mojo created the Power Girls first, but him revived them and stuff.
So really, yeah, you can't choose between them. So it was necessary for them to fight. Of course, they're sharing oppress the boys and everything. But at the end, they realize, and they're both crying at the end as well.
Well, this is kind of a little bit out of character, or I would say that out of character for him, since he is supposed to be the personification of the devil, and the devil is not supposed to cry and stuff.
The show had their perks. And of course, in the reboots, they only made one appearance. It's a little cameo with no voices.
Bummer.
Yeah. Again, one of the cons of the reboot, not living up to the original. I also remember this episode where the professor's brother was visiting in town, but they got confused with him with Bigfoot. Because both were, he had orange hair, and Bigfoot at the time was all orange.
Okay, like that's gotta be like the weirdest thing ever. Like, is this like one of those?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, like, explain.
So yeah, in this episode, it was also Taffy Day, where you could just eat taffy with anything. Boy, oh boy, taffy.
Wow.
Like, with Laffy Taffy today.
Reminds me of Mighty B every time somebody mentions taffy.
Yeah, I remember like in the first scene, there was a police officer because they were securing Bigfoot in a big box, but he was not looking, and he just ate Laffy Taffy with his sandwich.
Ugh.
Yeah. But like the texture of like the animation of the taffy, they made it look realistic and all that. Like, and that's what I like about it. And we call it. Of course, the girls didn't even know the uncle, and the professor just said orange hair and all that. And when they got in the train station, because this is the time where Bigfoot escaped, so they assumed that was the uncle.
Yeah, it's just kind of like weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he also did mention, this is another confusion that he told the girls, because when he was a teenager, he didn't really have that much hair, in his face, but yeah, the professor did describe him as a full-on Bigfoot with a beard, so that's another confusion.
Oh.
Yeah. And funny enough, both Bigfoot and their uncle were voiced by D. Bradley Baker.
Well, that's a nice touch.
Yeah. And at the end of the episode, we see Bigfoot and their uncle in the train station because, the uncle was very confused with what was happening. He was not mad, but he just had to go back for some reason.
Whatever works.
Yeah, and then, of course... Oh, yeah, the first episode with Princess Morbucks.
That go.
Okay, so yeah, the first episode, yeah, she's a new kid, at their school and everything, but, she saw the girls and everything. She was like, I want to be a Powerpuff Girls, and, Blossom saying, trying to be a good leader and all, saying, sweetie, you can't be a Powerpuff Girl, because they actually have powers. And, Princess Morbucks, how she's rich, mostly because of her dad. She expects, although she has a lot of money, she could buy, all these gadgets and everything, and she could claim that she's a Powerpuff Girl, which is not true. Which, many of the cons I hate about her, just trying to claim that you're a Powerpuff Girl, but you're not.
Yeah, I mean, if you could just get away from the spoiled brattiness that just rots you to the really core and stuff. It's all about just becoming a true heroine in your own way.
Speaking of matter, yeah, there was an episode where she was trying to team up with the Roddy Rough Boys.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. But of course she wanted to team up with the girls because of how the Roddy Rough Boys were being mean to her and all that. But at the end of the episode, I was like, what? They're just laughing because of how fun they had.
Oh.
Yeah.
Typical.
Let's see here. What else? Oh yeah, I remember this episode where the professor and Miss King started going out with each other.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah. It was all thanks to the girls because, both of them were just wondering what they were doing for Valentine's Day. Yeah, at first it was pretty awkward because they were at a pizza place and all that, but they spotted the girls at the ball pit and was questioning what they were doing. Yeah, I noticed about that episode. Darren Norris was also in that episode.
Oh, and
he played the waiter, and yeah, when they're watching TV, he played this romantic guy. Trying to find his love.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Speaking of that, yeah, him and Suzanne Blakesley actually were in an episode together because at the time Fair Appearance was airing.
And who did Suzanne play?
Yeah, his wife. It's kind of a funny connection.
It is.
Yeah, they played these two neighbors that were very annoyed with the Powerpuff Girls. Especially using their powers. And then of course they were trying to sue them for not using their powers anymore.
Okay.
And of course, as immediately the dude started talking, I was like, oh my god, it's Cosmo, but if he grew balls. Of course, like after this happened, all the villains could do whatever they want, and nobody could ever stop them because like of like the paperwork and all that. And of course, these three monster like creatures were riding motorcycles. Two were voiced by Darren Norris, and one was voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. You know, they were just trying to convince like the two like to just rip the contract in half, and like yeah, they agreed because the whole world was going in chaos, and then luckily the girl saved the day as well.
Oh, good to hear.
And speaking of Kevin Michael Richardson, you want to explain in another episode?
Wait. Well, I mean, like, even though I did kind of like see one eventually later on and stuff, it was, and yeah, it was nice to like see, like Kevin as the boogeyman. He did he did have a lot of like style with him. Yeah.
And that episode itself, yeah, I suggest not watching it at night. This is not from my point of view. Just like, if anybody watches this episode in the future, if they want to go back to nostalgia and everything, just don't watch the episode at night because, Boogeyman and all that, because of all like the stories you hear from your child saying, oh, the Boogeyman's in my closet or in the bed.
Like what I was reading on the TV trope sites in the Nightmare Fuel page with Powerpuff Girls, that I heard that like the scariest part of that episode is Bubbles. I mean, well, Bubbles being scared of the story being told by Buttercup about the boogeyman, and you can like see how she's the shadowy figure. All you can see is her eyes and her smiling grin and stuff.
And let me just search the episode that featured like half the cast of like Dexter's Laboratory.
What? Oh yeah, you mean like the Smith family?
Yeah, they really like them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like neither did I. They're kind of meh.
Yeah, especially the husband though. Like just finding revenge on the girls and everything.
I mean, like each of them like have their own like reason. Of course, yes, you did describe like Harold Smith and Mary Ann. She wants revenge for them ruining dinner. That in that one episode. Honestly, Julie Smith, I believe that's her name.
It was, and their son Bud.
Yeah, okay, so Julie just wants to get revenge on them for stealing their jacks, and Bud, well, he hates everything.
I hate this place. I hate you.
I hate me.
But that was a nice detail they did in the episode.
Yeah, I like that. I like it when shows and other media do that kind of stuff.
Similar to like the Latos with the TMNT cast.
Yes.
But yeah, I do remember like before seeing the official episode with Harold, it was like the second episode he appeared with his family. That's how I got introduced to him.
Oh wait, so he had an episode like all by himself at first, and then it was.
Yeah, because the first one explains like how he became to be like just want to be a villain and all that, and like ruined the dinner with his family and the Powerpuff Girls and the professor and all that. And then he was starting the professor with a fucking blow dryer. He's saying, "Eat your peas."
I mean, like, whoa, you're really gonna hit me with that because I just can't stand peas.
He was so nervous to eat his peas. He actually took a bite of it, and he was still nervous, scared of a blow dryer. And the girls were watching the whole time. And then the cops came in and saying, "What's going on in here?" And then Harold got arrested. And of course, the second episode, it explains like everything.
Like I said, meh.
And another episode I remember was, when the Green Gang got superpowers.
Yeah, I think I might have like seen that here and there.
Yeah, this all happened because of like all the junk food they ate, and that's not very good for like their systems. But eventually, they get superpowers.
I do.
Let's see here, Snake. What was Snake's power like? I believe.
Didn't he have like elasticity or being able to like move off Snake like?
That was somebody else in the game. Who was it? Let's see here. Oh wait, yeah, it was Snake.
Ha!
And Ace, that's who I was trying to find out. What power did he get? What did Ace have? Because I know Big Billy was a rock. Legit a rock. And then the little Arturo had spin powers. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, he had ice powers. Ace had ice powers.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, and, let's see. Grover, yeah, he had, like, burping powers.
Oh, understandable.
Yeah, and that episode overall, like, it took a good turn for, like, you know, the Green Gang, especially, you know, them having powers, because the only purpose they had was being green.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You ever wonder how they got green?
Well, I guess it was kind of like an inspiration. They were inspired by, they were thought of the idea if this guy named Big Daddy Roth created Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. And he's, like, the guy that is responsible for this character named Ratfink, who is supposed to be this quote-unquote anti-Mickey Mouse. And he happened to be green, and maybe that's why. And gangrene is probably... Oh, yeah, the definition of gangrene is also...
Yeah.
It's it's dead tissue caused by an infection or lack of blood flow, and
another episode I noticed as a kid was like, them going to school with the Green Gang.
Oh yes, and Grubber, when it was his turn, he actually straightened himself up and spoke proper English.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that episode was like, the girls just wanted to, let like Miss Keene, like everything was going on with the Green Gang, but of course Miss Keene is like that one person that gives everybody chances.
Well, what you expect? I mean, like, such a kind, gentle soul and stuff. That is until
Yeah, this is like one of the few times I got introduced to Jennifer Hill.
My first time.
Oh really? Huh.
Okay, yes, my first time with her, Kathy Cavadini, E.G. Daly, Tom Kane, Roger L. Jackson, and well, I guess that's pretty much everybody.
Yeah, same with you, except with E.G. because at the time I was watching Rugrats.
Oh.
And then again, Kathy, Powerpuff Girls was the first, and then I got introduced to her again in Ben 10, the original series.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and with Tom, wait a minute. Yeah, half of the Powerpuff Girls franchise was part of Ben 10. Because Tom was also part of the cast in the original.
And
really one of the original aliens.
One of the original ones. Like, who was it?
Like, not the maintained one, but it was I would say maybe the other aliens that appeared in the later series. You're on your computer, right?
Yeah.
All right, share your screen for a second.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Like, one of the episodes that I kind of remember too is Imaginary Fiend, where Mike had this imaginary friend and stuff, and just everything bad happening. Like, people blame him and stuff, but he actually is just trying to let everyone know that his imaginary friend is evil. And there's a nice reference to South Park there.
South Park, yeah. With Blossom.
He tripped me, seriously.
Yeah. Again, Powerpuff Girls is one of those shows you just want to go back to because, classic and all that. I remember there was a time with me, I think this was back in 2021, I was up at night, I was really bored, didn't really want to go to sleep, so I just pulled up, any classic cartoons to watch, and I was like, oh, Powerpuff Girls, because I haven't seen it in a while. I was like, but it was a good idea though, bring it back.
Yeah, boy, I hear you.
Yeah.
Alright, now we can dive into favorite characters and stuff.
Okay, favorite characters, the main three girls, the Rugrat Boys, the Professor, mostly the main villains and all that. Most hated character, it was, Mitch.
Let's see, almost the same as...
Mitch?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
And Princess Morbucks are my most hated characters.
Yes.
And you?
Let's see, yes. Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, the Professor, the Ride Off Boys, Mojo Jojo, Miss Keen, Fuzzy Lumpkins, him, let's see what we got here. There was, come on. Who else is worthy? Yes, Boogeyman, and the Gangrene Gang, and lastly we have. Well, I do like their version of Santa Claus because cause I'm Santa Claus. Check it.
And did you know who did the most voices in the original Powerpuff Girls?
Most voices in the original. No, I'm gonna mess it up. Who is it?
Tom Kenny did the most voices.
That is awesome as fudge.
And you know who comes second place? Jeff Bennett.
Of course.
And third place is Tom Kane.
and that's coincidental because they were all born in the same year.
And of course, fourth is Tara Strong. Let's see here. Four, okay, 4, 5, okay. Fifth is Jennifer Hale. Sixth is Dee Bradley Baker, and go on so forth. And really great talent from like all of them actors.
Dang freaking right. And I guess this is a good reason that we went all out with BCE now.
Oh wait, John DiMaggio was also part of the show.
What?
Yeah, because I pressed this button from behind the voice actors that says credits by actors. Yeah, John DiMaggio was in the cast. He played, remember that episode where Dee Bradley played this character that cried a lot?
Cried a lot.
Yeah. And he just wanted to be happy, so he took everybody's happiness, and then they started crying. All, the people in Townsville.
Oh, okay. That's almost kind of similar to the Mr. Mime episode, but I have not seen that.
Let's see here. Phil Lamar was also part of the show. Yeah, he voiced these 4 characters from, the Western episode of, Powerpuff Girls.
Whoa.
Let's see here. Other notable ones. Yes, Jess Arnell, we just mentioned. Candy Milo was also part of the show.
Candy Milo.
Yeah, she just voiced a reporter and the new Miss Bellum. She looked like Miss Bellum, but, she was actually the janitor that looked like Miss Bellum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did mention Bob Jones. Clancy Brown was part of the show.
Oh, wait, I was right?
Yeah, he played a character named, let's see, how do you pronounce this?
Maskin?
Yeah. Yeah, that was him.
Oh, so okay, so it was right.
And let's see here, Josh Peck was also part of the show.
What?
Because at the time, child acting and all that, he voiced one character, though. It was one of the kids from the school.
Holy fudge.
And another surprising one was Greg Eagles.
And yes, who was he?
The Sandman, who just wants to get the sleep out of everybody at night. Okay, the first time, Roger L. Jackson, him playing Mojo, Butch, and the Roach Coach, I believe, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the surprising thing about him was, getting introduced to him in Powerpuff Girls, but eventually finding out he, played Ghostface, the voice provider.
Yes. It's just, since he said that he has always had such a desire to imitate people and stuff, and that's one of the main few lucky things that voice actors can suddenly, perfect their craft into.
Yeah. And I remember I saw this one interview. They were doing a convention about they were Scream movie and all that. It was him and this other guy. And Roger L. Jackson did a good impression of Rolf the dog from Muppets.
Oh yes, I forgot. He said that he had an interest in puppets and stuff. So he just
mostly because of Paul Winchell.
Oh.
Because Paul Winchell was very good with puppets back in the day.
Yes.
So let's see here. With Tom Kane. Him voicing the professor, him, the talking dog. It's very cool.
Yes.
Especially with him, that surprised me the most.
So very like all they did is just use a filter.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Of course, yeah, I already knew Jim Cummings, but him voicing Lumpkins, one of the craziest characters he played.
Oh, so I guess that's yes. I won't lie. That is also how I got introduced to Jim Cummings, like just very briefly.
Really? Because I would expect everybody from Jim was Winnie the Pooh and Tigger.
Well, okay. So the thing is, let's see here. Or I might be wrong. Let's see here. Like, it was up until, I guess it was. I can't find it.
That's okay. But Jim voicing like Fuzzy and all that, like, it makes sense because he kind of takes the energy from hold on for a second. Okay, with Jim Cummings, I bet you he takes like the energy from both Tigger and Taz.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting that.
Yeah. Of course, like, yeah, or if other cast members, like who can we mention here?
I mean, yes, we can go into that, into like people that we weren't aware that were in the show as well, like the special appearances by June Foray as Madame Argentina.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I was like really surprised that was her.
There was Mark Hamill who played the evil cat.
Right, one of the few roles you don't expect Mark to play.
Yes.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, of course, Tom Kenny playing the mayor and the narrator.
And also, yes, Snake and Arturo, like one of the voices for Arturo, Mitch Michelson. Let's see.
Yeah, Mitch. Out of all the characters, I hate him the most from the series.
Me too. I mostly hate him in that episode where they have to babysit the hamster, but I just can't help dying laughing every time he does that Popeye laugh.
Yeah. And yeah, I still feel bad for Tom though. Like him eventually voicing Popeye, but getting canceled and everything.
Yes.
Let's see. There was Jennifer Martin who voiced Miss Bellum. She was also part of Samurai Jack.
Speaking of Miss Bellum, right?
Oh yeah, little Arturo. Like yeah, his first voice was Carlos Rocky.
Yeah, I freaked that up.
That's okay. Let's see.
With the episode, I mean.
That's okay. Oh yeah, Chuck McCann.
Oh wait, Chuck. Oh yeah, as the Amoeba Boys.
Yeah, like other than that, like his work, yeah, he was also part of like classic, franchises. Like yeah, he was part of the original DuckTales. He played the Thing one time in a cartoon,
and everybody would know him as Sonny from being Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, and sadly he passed away in 2018.
Yes.
Yeah, great memories from him. Yes, yeah, we mentioned Jeff Bennett, playing, half the Green Gang, Harold. And yeah, I do remember this one episode where he played this corrupted cop. Basically, he just cared about donuts all the time, and he got fired.
And there was a time where you reminded me that there was a little bit of an error with Darren Norris's episode about Major Man actually being voiced by, Jeff Bennett.
Jeff Bennett. But it kind of makes sense because, Major Man's hair, Johnny Bravo wise.
Yes, it kind of does, right?
Yes, Cat Susie. Yes, we did mention her.
Well, I mean, well, Cat Susie, like before the Powerpuff Girls was a series, it was like originally supposed to be called like the Whoopee Girls, and
the Whoopee Girls, but that was too appropriate. Yeah, I do know she played Bubbles and Miss Keen.
Yes, right there.
Yeah.
And before the girls got separate voices, they were all played by Craig McCracken's friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I did mention D. Bradley Baker earlier, but yeah, one of the main characters he played was Elmer, who just liked to eat paste a lot. I remember that episode. Yeah.
No, I remember that one too.
Yeah, he was so obsessed eating paste, but
Buttercup,
Buttercup was
she
just questioning about it, and then, of course he became this paste monster.
And it all took for Buttercup to simply say that she's sorry to get him back to normal and stuff. It is, no.
It kind of reminds me with this other episode of Buttercup, freaked out with Bubbles, destroying her crayons and everything. It was basically a Chalk Zone parody.
That makes sense because yes, E.G. Daily was in Chalk Zone as Rudy to Booty.
Yeah, D. Bradley Baker also played this character named Harry. Basically, he was one of those kids. Yeah, one of the freaky kids. Like, he just wanted smooches from everybody.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I was really surprised because I just searched up the cast. Scott Manville was in the cast.
Oh, and who was he?
He played one of the students. His name was Handouts? Yeah, that's how you say it. Yeah. One of the few times Scott played a color character.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Animal noises and all that. Yeah, Frank Welker was also in the cast.
No doubt about that, because yes, in the Powerpuff Girls movie, which we will get to, and he was a whole lot of monkeys.
Yeah. And remember, the rainbow clown Tom Kenny played.
Well, yeah, I was kind of getting to that. Other Tom Kenny roles, yes, Rainbow the Clown, aka Mr. Mime, and also Lenny Baxter. Yeah, if that was his name, kind of like this collector knockoff guy.
Yeah. And I do, they featured a TV show from Dexter's Laboratory in the Powerpuff Girls. You know which one it was?
Which one?
Puppet Pal Clem and Puppet Pal Mitch.
Oh, yes, those guys, yes. Well, yeah, voiced by
Tom Kenny and Rob Paulson. Yeah. That was a good show as well. Let's see, yes, Kevin Michelson was also in the cast. We just mentioned him, but he played a crook along with Jeff Bennett.
That's nice.
Yeah. Let's see.
Gray Delisle as Femme Fatale.
Oh, yeah, I remember that character. Oh, my God. The way she was trying to trick the girls and everything, having, a different perspective about guys.
Awesome.
Oh, I didn't really like her. Yeah, but Gray, she does really good with these certain characters that you could hate.
Sadly, yes. And I say sadly because yes, of course the examples of which yes, especially with Vicky and Lola and Portia, yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Are you familiar with this actor? Yeah. Greg Berger. I think that's his pronounced.
I think it's kind of like Burger, but pronounced well, yes. I do know that he one time was Beast and stuff.
What?
He was Beast of the X-Men.
Oh, and yeah, he played the officer from the episode where the Green Gang had to go to school. That was him.
Oh, well,
yeah, and Mysterio in the 1994 Spider-Man show.
Well, I can hear that now because I can hear from Beast and stuff, and I can hear it.
And he was also in the original Transformers franchise G1, and one of his most memorable roles was Odie from the original show and the Garfield show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the episode See Me, Feel Me, Know Me, which was kind of like a musical episode. The musical Gnome was supposed to be played by Jack Black, but instead by Jess Harnell.
No, Jess, I bet you he could do a Jack Black voice.
And yeah, the first time when I saw that, did you know voice acting in Cartoon Network, Jess, while getting to know much more of him, kind of almost sounded a little bit like Jack Black. I was like, well, he almost sounds like him. That's kind of a little bit.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me. Oh yeah, remember the picture I showed you on Instagram 2 days ago with Jack Black and Mick Wingert?
Yes.
That was legendary. After all these years, they finally met.
Imagine having with the same thing happening with it's kind of like Logan meeting Charles Martinet. In a way.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
In a way.
Oh yeah. Kimberly Brooks was also in the Powerpuff Girls. Remember the broccoli episode with the broccoli aliens?
Oh, I think I have. Like, it has been a while, and Watch Mojo or Miss Mojo brought me back to that and stuff.
Yeah, she played a mom. She played, her two kids, the little brother and the little sister. And the little sister said she didn't want to eat broccoli, and the brother was mimicking her, like saying the same thing as her.
Oh.
Let's see. Whoa.
What?
Lou Romano.
Yes, he originally played the Amoeba Boys before Powerpuff Girls was a show.
Oh yeah, but I just noticed, like, the episode he was in, he played the Daddy Bird in the Father's Day episode I told you about with the Professor and Blossom.
Holy crap.
Nice. See, a lot of actors you don't expect to be in the show, like, there's a lot of good surprises, especially.
Right! Oh wait, I forgot to mention, right. But so, before Tom Kenny took over as the mayor, he was voiced by Jim Cummings.
Whoa.
Nice. And another thing, I believe, like, the narrator was played by, like, some other dude named, I think it was like Ernie Sanders or some dude, and the professor was kind of a little played by, what was it? Either Gary Owens or Ernie, what's his name?
Bob Bergen was also part of the show. He played, like, one-time characters, minors, like, he played little kids, robbers, just random people.
Oh.
Because of Bob's, like, talent, yeah, I can see him playing, like, little kids, especially, like, Porky, if you just tone it down a little bit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I do remember the episode with, the girls going to the past and, finding out the professor was actually, like, how would I describe this? Like, not a good kid.
No.
Yeah. And, yeah, young professor was voiced by Rob Paulson. He kind of uses Brick's voice, but, gentle, I guess. That's how you, put it.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah. And other people you could recognize from the show. Of course, you could do the same thing you did for, like, Billy and Mandy.
Oh, yeah, you saw that too? Right, BCE, right, yeah.
And yeah, no offense, like, I was skipping to, like, the best parts of that, like, because it was 15 minutes, so I just skipped to the best ones, but I was really surprised when I saw the whole list of, like, the actors he put.
Well, that's fine. I'm not offended. I'm just trying to do is get, like, the best of everything too and stuff. I'm trying. But I appreciate it.
Okay. No problem. Oh yeah, the other character Jeff Bennett played, that was like the worst.
Yes, and yes, we're legit that this is his actual name. I don't know why Hardly would be anybody's last name. There is Hardy, that's better. But yes, Jeff Bennett played this character named Dick Hardly.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a mean jerk, especially to the professor, because they used to be college buddies and all that. He would take the credit of it, the professor's, like, work and everything. Everybody liked him for the professor, even though, like, he did a lot of work and all that. But now he came back and is wondering, like, how he made, like, the girls and everything, and, just try to make his own, like, experiment with the Powerpuff Girls.
And yes, they were ugly as heck, and he himself turned into a giant.
Yeah.
A giant.
I'm sorry.
I thought you were gonna finish. He turned into what he is, a giant.
Dick.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you could tell, like, the professor was getting suspicious because Buttercup said a line you would never expect her to say, girl power.
Wow, that is so out of character.
Yeah, it was the other Buttercup, but did you know she actually went to, like, the factory herself, pretending to be one of, like, the clones and everything, and she was getting suspicious as well.
Well, not really, because I didn't see the episode.
Remember the character Tom Kenny played? Like, he was this big ass nerd that, had the collectibles.
Yeah, that was Lenny Baxter.
Yeah. He was so upset. God damn.
I know a comic book guy existed first and stuff, but he became, like, the second comic book guy.
And of course, we know who became the third.
Okay, the third one. Actually, I don't.
Oz.
Oh yes, yes, Oz from February Chum Jum. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just like I had ups and downs with the show since I'm grown now.
Yeah, even though like I know we were talking about Puff Girls, but with Fanboy and Chum Chum, yeah, even though people have their own opinions, yeah, I had my pros and cons, but the cast did like really great, you know. And plus, people were starting off their career like with cartoon at the time.
And that's good. That is just fine. And in fact, it was a great introduction for me, being sort of introduced by Nika Futterman, even though my first one was My Gym Partner's a Monkey.
Yes, kind of similar thing with me as well. Like, yeah, like, because this was Damon Hornsby's like, you know, first like, you know, cartoon role.
I could tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Maurice,
Yeah, he played an officer, a biker, and he played a monster. He played a cursing monster, literally a toilet for a head.
Wow. Okay, I think that might be a call forward to like Conan Kids Next Door episode where he did play Potty Mouth. Wait a minute. Wait, no, wait. I'm gonna get that wrong. No, wait.
What? No, say it.
I was gonna say, wait, I think Clancy Brown was there, but I was like, no, wait, that was Dexter's Laboratory.
Right. Kiwan Young was also part of the show. He played, have you seen the episode where, like, Buttercup beat the shit out of Fuzzy Lumpkins so much that, like, he had to be hospitalized?
No.
Well, Kiwan Young voiced this mock, basically a sensei for, you know, this stronger anger and all that.
Well, I'm like, yeah, she definitely does need anger management.
Vanessa Marshall. Whoa. Let's see it.
Vanessa!
Wait a minute. Oh, this celebrity was also part of the show. Let me just run the private checks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know who she is. Like, she was, you know, in that one Jimmy Neutron episode where
Yeah, I know. Yeah. She voiced Jimmy's grandma. She was also in Bug's Life.
Yes, yeah. Wait, Queen. No, wait. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, that's Queen. And apparently she was in Hey Arnold.
Yes, Grandpa's sister.
Yeah, she was also in classic cartoons as well. She mostly played herself in other cartoons, but yeah. Rest in peace to her.
Yes. Well, it was changed. You mean like where it was like had differences, like Mojo's ears being, you know, sharper and larger and stuff?
Yeah, I noticed that too as a kid. I was like, why did they change the animation for like the show and everything? Even though it was like more clearer now.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it's just one of those things that just carry on, you know, change over time to make it better.
It's kind of like with SpongeBob and, like, the Family Parents, if they didn't go downhill.
Yeah, it happened with SpongeBob, Hey Arnold, Rugrats, yes, Fairly Odd Parents, which you just said, yes. Let's see, what else did it happen to? It happened to, yes, South Park, Family Guy, The Simpsons, everybody.
Let's see. Are you familiar with Roger Rose?
Wait, I just looked him up yesterday and stuff, didn't I? And stuff, and like.
Oh yeah. If you want help. Okay, so how I got introduced to him was, he played Doctor Strange in Superhero Squad.
Oh yes, him. Right, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, he also played Bulldozer in the show. Yeah, and Batman Brave and the Bold, he played Superman.
Yes, I remember now. In fact, I literally just did look him up, and I was like,
yeah, and this, yeah, he was also in Comic Book the Movie.
Yeah, I did hear about that too.
Yeah, literally in the front cover and everything. So let's see. Oh yeah, Steve Bloom was also part of the show. Surprisingly, I didn't even know about that. Wow. Let's see here.
And probably some minor.
Yeah, minor characters. Oh, S. Scott Bullock and Kurt Burton. Oh, whoa! Okay, now Corey Burnham played the burglar in one episode. I don't know if you remember this episode.
I mean, like, that is if you say it.
Yeah, so this is an episode where a burglar, robs the girl's house at nighttime. And, the burglar is, tricking them, saying, like, I'm just stealing your stuff, and all that. And the professor is sleeping the whole time.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I didn't even know that was him. Oh, yeah, James Arnold Taylor, like, him also voicing kids, and that one character that was just a stalker.
And, yeah, like, in the custody battle episode, he voiced, like, some dads.
Oh, yeah. Along with D. Bradley Baker voicing, like, some of them.
Yeah, he voiced like some kids and one dad.
Oh, Michael Patrick Bell, like, yeah. As you know, like, yeah, he was in the original series, but in the Christmas special, he played Santa Claus.
And that's what led me to believe that the other Michael Bell was him too.
Same here, like, legit. But, they forgot to put, like, the middle name and all that.
I mean, but Jesus, why didn't you just do that? I mean, it's kind of like, with Richard Stephen Horvitz, people usually know him by that name, but if you just shorten it down, like, what difference does it make?
And remember, he was also in SpongeBob.
Wait, okay.
He also played Santa in live action for, like, the SpongeBob special.
What in the fudge?
And remember, he was in the SpongeBob movie. Remember when Hasselhoff was, like, surfing around with his body? Yeah. He was that one guy that, like, tripped over.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But people mostly know him by Whiplash from Turbo.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. White Shadow.
White Shadow. We still see you. Bob Jones was also in the episode. The episode where the mayor was so addicted to seeds.
Okay, that's a little weird.
Hey, I mean, the guy needs to go on a diet, I guess. Eating the pickles and all that. I mean, yeah, pickles are good for you, but eating all the time, goddamn.
I mean, like, yeah, like when I kind of stopped eating pickles after watching the Victorious episode and stuff. I was like, yeah, lipstick and pickles doesn't really go so well for chicks, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, now I found the monsters Darren Norris and Kevin Richardson voice. Darren voiced a monster named Golgor, and Kevin Richardson played Hogor.
Wow, these sound like World of Warcraft names.
Yeah. Yeah. Going back to Powerpuff Girls, yeah. Richard McFarlane was actually part of the show as well.
Wait, hold up a sec. No, I'm gonna get it wrong. Who is it?
She played some minor characters, like, yeah, girl characters from, like, the school.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Carl Saul's Rocky returned, like, when the animation of the Powerpuff Girls was, like, getting, changing everything. Remember that? But, yeah, those were, like, all the people that contribute to the Powerpuff Girls. And, I thank all of them for making my childhood from Cartoon Network and Boomerang.
Same here.
Another thing about this show, yes, although it was like one of the classics, it made a lot of cameos in other Cartoon Network shows.
Especially, most notably, in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, where you can see them on Frankie's shirt.
Which is funny because both shows were created by Craig McCracken.
And yes, and it's really great and to know that he managed to create multiple different kinds of shows for people to love and stuff.
Like, yeah, the Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home, and eventually, transferring to, like, Disney, where it made Wander Over Yonder.
Yes. And wait, what's another thing that come from? There was something else that I also like meant to say as well, but I mean, like, well, a little bit of a like cool a note and stuff that's in in the Fosters. Speaking of Fosters, in the episode Nightmare on Wilson Way, the Halloween episode, Frankie is also dressed as Blossom, which is it's fitting.
Really nice, yeah. And of course, in the first one, when they were introducing the imaginary friends, you can see Mojo Jojo.
And another thing, when at night when Blue was flipping through channels, he briefly watched them.
Yeah, it's a nice. Really, it kind of reminds me of Butch Harmon, what he does with all 4 of his shows. Because I did see this video by him where sometimes he makes cameos of like other characters from like other shows, like for Fair Odd Parents. Remember when Timmy's like parents became Ghostbusters?
Yes, even though that's kind of like a little bit parody, there's like difference between parody and cameos. Oh wait, yeah, Danny Phantom, like you can see him.
Danny Phantom. That was what I was gonna mention. Like you can see him for a brief second in the computer.
Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah. When creators do this certain thing, well, yeah, it's pretty interesting, but it can kind of take it too far, especially for like Family Guy in that case. Because how like it backlashes kind of like the Cleveland show a little bit.
Yes. Oh.
Because I do remember this one clip where Cleveland was like, "What's up, fellas?" And of course, what do you call it? Peter had his ringtone for the Cleveland show like theme song, and he was like, "Whatever Fox like pay us." And of course, Def shows up and says, "I'm here to take your show and everything," because it's dead.
Yes. I think that, of course, I do like when shows come like that. At the end of each episode, the day is saved thanks to the Pop-Up Girls, but usually some other character.
Yeah, I do remember this one where it says, like, it was with the Rowdy Rough Boys, the people from Townsville saved the day, all that.
So once again, the day is doomed thanks to the Rowdy Rough Boys. And
I actually like their background, like, it's fitting.
And glad I used it for my thumbnail. Do you want to not be spoiled, or do you not want to, or like you want to like know some stuff about the movie if you've seen it?
The first movie, right?
Yeah, the first movie.
Well, yeah, I do know. I did watch the first movie. We even did a transcript of it.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Like.
Well, yeah, I do know. I think you gotta mention like all those like monkeys were like voiced by Frank Welker, Jeff Bennett, Kevin Michael Richardson.
Frank Welker, Kevin Michael Richardson, Tom Kenny, Jeff Bennett, Rob Paulson, D. Bradley Baker. Yeah. It's a real great.
So far, so forth. Like
But the origin story about the actual true origin story where the girls were technically created by Mojo Jojo by pushing the professor to knock into the chemical X and dip it on in there and stuff. And yeah, it started out as a pretty nice origin story, and later became one of these tropes where you're first hated and then I'm back. So yeah, I heard what you said and all that, but yeah, they should do like an anniversary party, just for the Powerpuff Girls. Well, they kind of did with that, this one special about. Wait, I think they did with multiple different specials. Like one of them is like, racing and stuff to get the key to the world or city or something, and it ended with Mojo. And then there was another one with. No wait, yes, that is the one where they sing parody songs of like Everybody Wants to Rule the World and Part of Your World. Yeah. If there was a time where they took Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, like any classic cartoons, where will people be at the time? Because think about it. Well, already living actual heck. That's what it is. That's what always going to continue. But there's always a chance to find true happiness anywhere possible. Yeah. Yeah, my overall rates for Powerpuff Girls, because yes, it was my childhood, was like 10 out of 10. If you did have your own opinion, what would it be? Well, I would have to give it, just a simple 100 out of 100. Better.